Good afternoon, everyone. I, Nikhil Jain, welcome you in today's webinar on A Glance at Crypto Legislation in India, organized by Lawshastra and Legal. Resource person of today's webinar is Advocate Varad Dwivedi, Senior Associate at Chamber of Rohit Pandey. Mr. Varad Dwivedi started his career as Associate in the Chamber of Rohit Pandey. He has specialization in technology law and criminal law. He possessed experience of 4 years in the field of litigation, especially in technology law and criminal law. Now I request Mr. Varad Dwivedi to start the session.
Happy Republic Day to all of you. And I hope budding lawyers and young generation of yours will, with your hard work and with your success stories, will make this nation thrive and excel in every corner and regime of this world. So today's topic was about cryptocurrency. So let's start with the topic. And the basic focus of this topic was the regulations in India regarding the cryptocurrency. Now, before we start with the regulations in India, what are the regulations, what are the laws, what are the legislations in India regarding the cryptocurrency, we should be knowing firstly what is a cryptocurrency, what constitutes a cryptocurrency, what was its origin. As we are time bound, so I won't be going in the depth of this topic, as this topic is already so deep in itself that we cannot cover it in a single go, and we'll be only scratching the surface. So let's start with this. So before we start with the cryptocurrency, we should be knowing what is the difference between the regular currency and the cryptocurrency. Now, in the today's scenario, there are basically two types of currencies. One is fiat currency and the second is virtual currency. Fiat currency is the regular currency which the country uses, which the public uses at large. It is in physical form, which is now digitalized, and which the people in today's world are using and transferring and trading through the digital platforms like UPI and the debit cards, the credit cards, the net banking. But dealing in this currency, which is called fiat currency, is a separate thing than trading or dealing in a virtual currency. Now, if we talk about fiat currency, Indian rupee, American dollar, British pound, these all are fiat currency. This is basically a physical form of, it may be a plastic note, a paper note, a metal coin, which the government, basically when you hold supposedly a note of rupee 100, then you will see that there is a quote that the government is promising the holder that it has some certain value. So in the past, in the medieval times, what people used to do when there was a barter system, after the barter system faces failure, when the people was not satisfied with the concept that exchanging a particular good in exchange of some other good is not of that particular value, so it won't be helping that much. So the concept of coins, the concept of currency originated. Now, what happened in the medieval era also, if we talk about the British pound was actually equivalent to a pound of silver. लगभग 1 पाउंड सिल्वर की इक्विवेलेंट होता था ब्रिटिश पाउंड, वो उसमें ही आपका एक्सचेंज करते थे, ट्रेड करते थे. देन द कॉइन केम, एक प्रीशियस मेटल से बना हुआ, किसी भी धातु से बना हुआ सिक्का, जिसको लोगों ने मिंट करना चालू किया, उसकी एक वैल्यू हुई. पीपल स्टार्टेड ट्रेडिंग इन कॉइन्स ऑफ made which are made of precious metals. Later on, when it was thought that it is no more convenient for the public to carry that much of coins, that much of valuable metal, then people started printing the government started printing the paper notes. Now the paper note, as it does not hold that much of value. So what happened? The government declared that this particular note will be having a value of this much rupee, this much dollar, this much pound, etc. Now that is validated by the government. So basically the fiat currency is owned, run, controlled and centralized by the government of particular nations. Now we talk about how the fiat currency is different from virtual currency. Now there is a difference between the today's digital currency, or we must say these type of currencies are being digitalized, but there is a huge difference between a virtual currency and these type of digital currency. Now virtual currency, if we talk about the origin of cryptocurrency or the virtual currency, in 2008, when there was a worldwide recession, and pseudonymous person or a group named as Satoshi Nakamoto came with a concept of blockchain. Now, what was the blockchain? Basically, the cryptocurrency, whether it be the Bitcoin, whether it be Ethereum, whether it be any other cryptocurrency, they are basically based on two things. One is blockchain, one is cryptography. The name cryptocurrency has been derived from the word cryptography itself. Now, what is cryptography? Cryptography is basically, we should not go into detail, but in a simple words, cryptography is basically a coded language through which the message and the codes are being sent. Now, if we talk about the blockchains, what are the blockchains? Before we explain blockchain, let me take you back to the traditional method of making a transaction. Now, while we make a transaction, supposedly there is a person A and there is a person B. A wants to sell his cell phone to Mr. B. Now, in this transaction, if someone wants to sell something to someone, how things take place? B will search the internet for a potential seller, as he is a potential buyer of a mobile phone. Later, when he'll find out that A is selling XYZ cell phone, which has a value of some XYZ rupees, then the A and B will come into an agreement that, okay, I'm selling this phone and you are willing to purchase this phone. Let's meet up at a point and let's transact this thing. Now in the level of transaction, now we are on the level of transaction. When the A sells his phone to B and get the money. When he receives the phone, the B digitally sends the money to A. He will go to his UPI app. He will enter a certain amount. When he'll click send, the message will go to the bank server. The bank server will recognize that and check that whether the person B has that much of money in his account or not. When it is verified that the B has that much of money, then the bank approves it. The money gets to the bank of the A who is selling the phone from the bank of the B. Now, in the process of transferring, when the money will be received at the end of A, the bank of the A will approve that it has got this much amount of money from the B person. Hence, this transaction will be concluded. Now, in this type of transaction, few intermediaries are involved. The bank of A, the bank of B, and the companies which are holding the applications or the transferring a system like Google Pay, like phone pay or like Visa, MasterCard. So all these intermediaries will be charging a portion of amount from that person for the particular transaction. Now in 2008, this Satoshi Nakamoto, whether it be a group or person, nobody knows till yet, they came up with an idea, why not let's eject, why not let's abolish these intermediaries just to avoid the cost of transferring. Why not create a system which can avoid such transaction cost? So what happened? They basically created a concept of blockchain. Now, if we talk about the previous transaction, there would be two authorities holding the ledger. One would be the bank of A and one will be the bank of B. The bank of A will be jotting down in its ledger that we have received this much of amount. The bank of B will be jotting down in their ledger that we have sent this much amount. Now, the concept of blockchain is a concept of open ledger. In the blockchain, what basically happens, there is an open ledger which is being distributed throughout the network. Supposedly, in a blockchain, there are, let's take an example, let's take a small example that 50 computers are connected together and they have established a system of blockchain. Now, how this system of blockchain will work, when A will be sending some money to B or B will be receiving some money, a message will go to all the 50 computers which has been connected to that blockchain. As it is an open ledger system, every 50 computer system, every unit of that computer system will be maintaining a ledger. That means the public at large is having that ledger. That is a visibility. There is a clear visibility that who is giving what to whom. And that ledger is being maintained equally by all the 50 computers, all the 50 systems, or all the 50 peoples on that particular blockchain. Now, when we talk about this thing, so now here's a part. Now, who will verify? Now, in this portion, all 50 computers will be verifying the same thing, that the money has been released from point A and has been received from to the point B. What happens is, it is being said that the blockchain system is very secured in nature, unlike the traditional transaction systems, where it has been seen on the many instances that it has been hacked and it has been the money has been accrued from the accounts of many of the account holders. But in the blockchain system, it has been said that it is a hack proof system. How come? When it is a block, when the computer one recognizes the same transaction, it creates an entry. It then the second block, the computer second will recognize the same. It will create the same entry. Then the third computer will create the same entry in its ledger, and therefore a simultaneous chains of block will created, and that chain will fortify the ledger, fortify the transaction that it is a genuine transaction. Now, if we talk about the hacking thing, that there is a question that it can be hacked. So in the system, what happens if a particular person, now as we have taken a very small example of 50 computers, but basically a blockchain, if we talk about the current scenarios, There are many thousands and many lakhs of computer system which is being used in such type of algorithm. So basically they are maintaining such things. So if a person hacks a single computer and tries to change the code that A receives money from B. Now, this is the code which is being generated from the very first block to the very end block when A sends money to B. The mirror image is being created in all the blocks. If anyone tries to mingle with a single block, even if someone tries to hack that single block, then he will try to change that particular code to, if supposedly he is C is trying to have the that particular block, then it will write that C receives money from B instead of A receives money from B. And the scenario when there is a blockchain, when there is a written pattern in that blockchain, when every block is saying that A receives money from B and a single block will say that C receives money from B, then that block will affect the later blocks and that will be rejected from the system. Hence, this blockchain is quite a secured system. Now let's talk about the cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was the very initial cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is also said to be the first generation of cryptocurrency. Nowadays, cryptocurrencies or the virtual currencies are being said that there is been three generations of the cryptocurrencies. The generation first, which was majorly Bitcoin, they were based. One more thing, this what I told you about the blockchain, this process, this algorithm of entries and checking the entries is called proof of work. Why it is called proof of work? As a particular transaction is being checked, that particular work is being checked by every single unit. Now then came the second generation cryptocurrencies. Second generation cryptocurrencies, the best example is Ethereum. Ethereum was the second generation cryptocurrency. It was a platform more than a cryptocurrency. One more thing to be clarified and specified, that there are two major portions. I'll later on tell you the sectors of cryptocurrency, because the cryptocurrency is not just a currency. Crypto system is not just about money. It's a vast thing. It's a game changer. It's about a very big regime which will be becoming a big part of change in future. So if we talk about the cryptocurrencies types, so there are sectors of cryptocurrency. There are digital cash, there are platforms, and there are finance. There are many sectors. We'll talk about it later. So the Ethereum, the second generation cryptocurrency, it was basically a platform. It worked on the algorithm of proof of stake. Now, what is proof of stake? I'll tell you just a little bit. That before, what happens was that every particular unit in that blockchain needs to check that entry, needs to verify that entry. It takes lots and lots of time. Transaction per second speed is being increased manifold. Now, when the Ethereum comes, it changed the scenario a little bit, and the transaction speed per second came down quite a bit. It basically worked on proof of stake, which is in spite of making every computer verify that thing by solving a problem, by solving an algorithm, the Ethereum created a nexus where they assigned a leader among those particular unit of computers. That particular leader will be having few subordinates. There are few leaders assigned. Those leaders will be given that particular set of transactions, and they'll verify that. It brings down the time, it brings down the cost. There's one more thing, that the proof of work, the algorithm which was used by the Bitcoin, as there are so much computing power is involved, it required so much electrical infrastructure and electricity as well, that many a times it is unsustainable. If we talk about whether it be sustainable in future, these type of technologies will have to be advanced, otherwise it won't be sustaining in future. Because as we are still, and we are in the near future on the very scarcity of the natural resources, the fuels, we are still looking for the alternative of the natural fuels. So therefore, these type of system use quite a good amount of energy. Now what happens? When the proof of stake works, the energy which is being used is very low in comparison of the proof of work, as there are few computers, few units, few people picked out to solve that problem, to make that entry in spite of many others. Now, then comes the third generation of the cryptocurrency. The third generation of cryptocurrency was Cardano. It's quite a good example. Cardano basically works on the concept of proof of history. It neither works on the concept of proof of work, neither proof of stake, but it works on the concept of proof of history. What is proof of history? Proof of history is basically capturing every moment of that transaction so that it cannot be exhaustively, it should not be exhaustively verified. जितना एनर्जी आपको प्रूफ ऑफ वर्क में चाहिए थी, उससे कम एनर्जी आपको प्रूफ ऑफ स्टेक में चाहिए, उससे कम रिसोर्सेज आपको प्रूफ ऑफ स्टेक में चाहिए, उससे भी कम रिसोर्सेज आपको प्रूफ ऑफ हिस्ट्री में चाहिए। अब यहां हमने बात करी है कि जब ओरिजिन हुआ बिटकॉइन का, ओरिजिन हुआ क्रिप्टो करेंसी का, तो कैसे इवॉल्व किया, कैसे इन्होंने इवॉल्व किया, कैसे जनरेशन में बटे और आगे आने वाले टाइम में और इवॉल्व करेंगे। अब मैं बात करता हूं सेक्टर्स ऑफ क्रिप्टो करेंसी का। एक बहुत बड़ा मिथ है, एक बहुत बड़ा नोशन है, इसके बारे में पूरा एजुकेशन नहीं है, तो लोगों को लगता है क्रिप्टो करेंसी, the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the Ripple, the Cardano, they all are merely currencies. It is not. Crypto word basically works on sectors. Now, if we talk about the sectors, what happens is there are three major sectors. That three major sectors of cryptocurrency are digital cash, platforms, and finance. Now, digital cash is like what you call that, Bitcoins, Litecoins, they all are digital cash. Now, if we talk about the digital cash, there are two subcategories. One is stable coin and one is privacy coins. Stable coins are the coins which are directly dependent on an asset like the real currencies, which if you have might heard of USDT. This is a digital cash. This is a cryptocurrency which is directly based, directly dependent on the real fiat currencies. Sorry. Then there are the concept of privacy coin. The privacy coin is basically a coin in which you can deal anonymously. There will be no taxation. There will be no, just a second. I'm really, very sorry, because I'm suffering from sore throat for a long time. So we were talking about the digital cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, popularly known as Doggy Coin. These all are the digital cash. They are the, I won't say they are the actual cryptocurrency, but they are actually in the form of currency. The main purpose of these cryptocurrencies are just to be established as a coin or a currency. Now, privacy coin, as I was talking about, it was some you have might have heard of Zen Cash. Zen Cash is basically a cryptocurrency where you can deal anonymously from point A to point B, and no one will be getting to trace out that particular transaction. So basically, you will be avoiding taxes. There is no imposition of taxes, as there is nobody to trace that particular transaction. There is no trace of it. Now let's talk about the second category of cryptocurrency, which is platforms. As I've told you, cryptocurrency is not specifically currency. It is also a technology which is based on blockchain, and blockchain is a game-changing technology which will be used in future for many aspects, for many things, for the work of verification, for the work of contracts, many other things. It won't be limited to a currency thing. Now, if we talk about platforms, Ethereum, Cardano, Neo, they all are based on a platform. Now, what are the platforms? They work on a different concept. The platforms include smart contracts, digital apps, which are also called as DApp, and interoperable platforms. Now, what is a smart contract? What platforms basically do? In a smart platform, in a smart contract, a contract is creating using these algorithms and the blockchain technology, using the cryptography. The terms and condition, the rules. Supposedly, if we enter into selling a property, if we need to sign sale deed. Before that, we need to sign an agreement to sell. Now, in the sale deed, there are some terms and conditions. There are some comments. There are some notes. There are some essence. What are they? By I am so and so selling my property, which holds area so and so, which is situated in so and so location. In the north of my property, there is a road. In the south of my property, there is a wall. Adjacent in the west, there is this portion of land. In south, in east, there is this portion of land. So, in the particular sale deed, we give the description of the property. We give the terms and condition. And there is also terms and condition, like if the payment is not being received within such and such time period, okay, then the sale deed will be noted as void. Then it won't be enforced. Okay. Here in the smart contract, the terms and conditions are already coded and set in that particular smart contract. The initials is being entered that one person is selling such and such thing, such and such property, buying such insurance, or booking some tickets, whether it be a ticket of airplane or train. And these are the terms and conditions which is encoded in that smart contract. Now what happens when you enter into the smart contracts, the terms and conditions automatically by default get into the action. You won't have to ask for it, because if the point B, if you are point A, and if the point B does not honor that terms and condition, then automatically, as they are by default enforceable, the particular transaction will be void. Now supposedly there is a smart contract between you and an company which is ensuring your travel. Okay, nowadays you might have seen that when we book tickets for the flights or for the train, there's an option for the insurance purpose. That insurance might cover your physical health, or the mishap, or the luggage, or if you talk about flight, it might cover the the cancellation policies. So if we supposedly you book an air ticket, right, and you get insurance from C company, you come into contact with C company and you get into a smart contract. And in that smart contract, there is a condition that if your flight get missed, if you won't be able to take that flight, if you won't be able to reach in the on the airport at the correct time, so that particular amount will be refunded to you. So in that smart contract, when you get your ticket booked and enter into the smart contract with the insurer, and you missed your flight, then you do not have to approach to the airport authorities, to the airlines, to any other company, as there is already a set terms and condition in the nature of code. It by default works and you get money returned back to your account. Similarly, there are digital apps which has the set patterns as well. There are interoperable platforms which the purpose of which is then like there are certain platforms, the platform like Ethereum, the Cardano. So there, what they do, they generate a platform which interacts between the several platforms. So these are the what we call that concept. These are the things which revolves around the cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency are not just currency, they are platforms also. These are the type of platforms. Now the third major part of crypto regime is finance. The crypto regime is also used for payments, as there are platforms like Ripple, XLM. They are used for payment purposes. Then then it is now the, and what do we call that, finance also holds a subcategory of exchange like Binance coin. The costs, they are all the exchange cryptos. Then it is used for the crypto regime is also used for investing. The Polymath, the ICN, the CZO are the good examples of the investing platforms. Then it is about lending. Lending is also done through the crypto platforms. Lend, RCN, these all are the platforms which are in the crypto regime, what the purpose of their base purpose is to terminate the middleman. When you lend some amount from someone, there's a bank involved, there are some intermediaries involved. So, of course, in today's scenario, the technology of the crypto regime is also not that efficient within itself. But still, the lending platforms are eliminating the middlemen. They are directly lending to the person required for a very negligible amount of interest or so. And the crypto regime also holds the funding platforms. There is a platform called Kick. There is a crypto. They have released a cryptocurrency which is called Kick. And there is insurance purpose also. For the insurance purpose also, the crypto regime serves the purpose, because there is a platform called GByte. They basically provide insurance. The main purpose is to eliminate the intermediaries and the third party to provide an insurance to peer-to-peer level. Now, these are the sectors of cryptocurrency. So, in totality, crypto is not basically a currency. Crypto regime is quite a big regime. Crypto regime is such that many game-changing technologies will be introduced in future, and the method of blockchain, which is quite a secured method, it will be used everywhere in the universities for maintaining the data. It might be used in the government offices to get your data more secure. So this is not just about the currency. It is about a whole big regime which is based on cryptography and blockchain. Now, but this crypto system involves of problems. Now let's talk about the problem of crypto system before we talk about the legislation and the Indian thing, what's going on in India about the cryptocurrency. There are some problems. Between many problems, there are three major problems which are being tagged and which are being pointed out by the experts. These three problems are scalability, interoperability, and sustainability. Scalability, that whether the cryptocurrency, whether the crypto regime will able to scale that particular transaction, that particular thing. In a simpler word, if we talk about the Bitcoin, so it takes quite a good amount of time to enter one transaction, to record one transaction, because the blockchain system is like that. It is being distributed among the several lakhs and crores of systems which are involved. So to insert one transaction, to enter one record, it takes quite a minute. It's like I push the send button in the UPI and you receive the payment after 15-20 minutes. So this is one of the major problem of scalability, that whether the time period of a particular transaction can be brought down to the lowest point or not, because as it is a vast system, it is a system which has been expanded and distributed among the several crores computers in the several systems in the global world. So this is the problem, scalability. Then we talk about interoperability. Operation, your operational ability, if we break it into simple terms. For this purpose, let's take an example that if there is a router, and in that router we can connect our phone, our laptop, our televisions nowadays, We have smart TVs nowadays and few other devices. Now then there comes a router of Apple company. Now the Apple says in my router only and only the Apple phones will be connected and the Apple device will be connected. No other device could be connected in the Apple router. So if we talk about this scenario, the interoperability of that Apple router is not much, which would lead to inconvenience on our part. That will basically create inconvenience. We will be facing hardships because we won't be able to attach other devices. Now, same goes with the cryptocurrencies. In cryptocurrency thing, it is like this only. Whether the blockchain system, whether the crypto system will be accessible, will be compatible by every other system, can it be easily accepted by the governments, by the private companies, by the authorities? Can that system be easily implemented? As it is such a complex technology and it requires a huge amount of energy and resources. Of course, at least in today's scenario, it is not possible to, get this system working in every type of institutions or bodies. So the interoperability is one of the problem of the crypto system. Now the second problem is sustainability. This is one of the biggest problem which we talk about, which many people talk about. We say that cryptocurrency is a bubble, it won't last longer, and one day it will burst out and we'll be losing many of our, we will be losing quite a much of money. Many of us will lose money. So basically, there is a question whether this particular thing is sustainable or not. Will it run in the long run? Will it work? Or will it go haywire? It will crash. It will burst out. There are many questions which revolves around it, but there are very potential answers also to this. And we need a very separate session to discuss all these things. Now, apart from this crypto problem, let's move on to the scenario in India. Let's now move on to the regulation side and what the India is doing, what the crypto system is all about in India. So let's just take a glimpse of the timeline. In 2017, the Bitcoin shot up from $2,500 per Bitcoin to $20,000 per Bitcoin mark in 2017. In that particular moment, what happened that finance ministry calls it a Ponzi scheme. Our finance ministry says that it's a Ponzi scheme, it's nothing else, and people will be cheated out of it. Later in 2017, what happened? A committee was formed. That committee was formed, which was holding the personals from finance ministry, SEBI, and RBI to explore the potential threats and potential opportunities and possibilities of the crypto system. Now, what happens then in 2018? I guess in mid of 2018, WazirX enters and WazirX becomes the biggest platform for the trading of cryptocurrency, and the Binance coin, the platform, initiates to acquire WazirX. In 2018 itself, I guess 6th of April 2018, the RBI issues a circular. RBI issues a circular banning all entities for trading in cryptocurrency. In 2018, the Internet Mobile Association approached Supreme Court and they filed a writ petition challenging that particular circular. And in 4th March 2020, the Supreme Court finally in that writ petition gave the order and quashes the RBI circular. reinstating the scenario of trading and investing in crypto in India. Now, after the 4th March 2020, in 23rd of November 2021, during a session, Finance Minister Sitaramanji told that she delivered a statement that they are planning to introduce a bill, and that bill will be called Regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill mm, 2021. In 2019, the government also came up with the idea of banning the cryptocurrency. So there was a talk that a bill which is called Banning of Cryptocurrency and Regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill 2019 is going to be introduced in the parliament. But of course, it didn't happen. There was no such bill introduced. Later on, in the month of November itself, it has been said by the finance minister that the cryptocurrency and regulation bill will be introducing, where an official digital currency will be introduced in India, which will be regulated by the government, and all the private cryptocurrency will be banned. But again, as it was said that in the winter session it will be introduced, but in the winter session also no such bill was introduced. It is being said that the idea was dropped, and a committee was established, a committee was formed to explore more in this regime, that what could be the possible outcomes if we ban the private cryptos, and what could be accrued out of that. Hmm. Now let's talk about something which we would be taking some interest in, that is the scenario in India. What is the current scenario in India about the cryptocurrency? Right now we are having nearly 10 crore people who owns cryptocurrency in India. Out of this huge population, we have 10 crores people who holds crypto ownership. The second is United States, which is way far behind us with 2.75 crores. Now, what is making us to hold this much cryptocurrency? What is making us to invest in cryptocurrency? Um on this Republic Day, I'm ashamed to say this, but we Indians are very used to following trends. हम हिंदुस्तानी भेड़ चाल चलते हैं, एक शब्द है भेड़ चाल, वो हमको चलना बहुत पसंद है. If someone is doing something, we try to replicate that, we try to copy that, whether it be for publicity, for fame, or for financial gain. We Indians are being lured by the new crypto trading platforms, where they do not tell you about the risk which is being involved in the investment of crypto. We also know, everyone knows, that crypto market is highly volatile market. It goes up like this, it dips like this, and this happens very instantly. And it is so uncertain that you cannot presume, you cannot get an idea then what time what will happen. It is highly volatile. So we are being lured. Moreover, we do not have the financial literacy. In out of this 10 crores people, I think only, this is my personal guess, I haven't gone through any data, I think only 1% of the crypto owners will be knowing actually what they are investing in, what they are doing, and the cryptocurrency in which they have invested is what type of cryptocurrency, what purpose they serve, what type of platform it is, what will be the future stakes. I think this might be known to only a 1%, only 1% of the people who owns the cryptocurrency. because there is no education at all. I have seen personally many people from very backward areas where there is no proper electricity, there is no proper roads, there is no literacy at all. People who do not know anything, they are just having a cell phone, they having a particular app installed for the trading in crypto, and they are trading in crypto. I don't know what standards they are following for the investment, but it is being the current situation in India now. But why this is happening? Why this is happening? It is not just about the trend. It is not just about our nature of following a trend. It is also the people is looking into in at a great investment option in India. The current scenario, we also know there are no quite a good opportunity of employment. There are nothing the economic condition, there's quite a vast gap between the classes in the society. There are a large sect of people who are still struggling to earn a daily wage or earn a single time bread. So in such scenario, when but there is one more thing: every person is having a cell phone in today's time. Every person. And when a person who is facing hardship to earn a particular amount of money, or who is facing hardship to earn a bread for a single time, when you tell that person that look, someone with this particular mobile, with this particular app has invested this much and now he is worth this much, his money, his investment got fourfold, threefold, or many folds. So the people get lured into it. They say, okay, this is a great investment option. I have to invest 500 rupees and it will be soon 5,000 rupees, and 5,000 rupees will be soon 5 lakh rupees. So this is a type of mentality which is being faced by the Indian population. Now there are many things that it is easy to invest. Of course, apps are so user friendly, easy to maintain, and there is also a failure on the part of governments. I'm not just talking about our nation, I'm talking about the every other nation who is investing in the cryptocurrencies. It is a failure on the part of government to provide the necessity um, the necessary opportunity of employment or the facilities to the general public, so that they can earn their livelihood. So this is also a point where it is seen that why people are investing in cryptocurrency. There is also one thing that the growth, the manifold growth of the crypto. If we talk about the people who are literate enough, who are I won't say experts, but who are sane enough, who are good in a good mental situation to understand what this thing is, so they invest in the crypto just because it is an option. It is an they see it as an alternative option, because the FDs, the fixed deposit, they don't give you such a good return. The If you invest in gold, they don't give you such a good return. If you invest in mutual fund, of course they will give you return, and but of course not exactly like what the crypto world gives you. So there are such things which is going on for the good long time. Now let's talk about, we are very short on time, I see. Let's talk about the current legislation. As such, in today's scenario, there is no current legislation. So before legislation, I must tell you one more thing. The problems with crypto I was discussing with you, the why people is going so mad about this, but it comes with a package of problem as well. If you are investing in the crypto, it comes with the cons also. If there are there are pros, there are cons as well. As we know, one of the con, they are highly volatile. You don't know when it will go down. You don't know when it will go up. There's no certainty. There's no expertise. As it is decentralized, nobody is controlling it. Second, usage, and it is, everyone should not use it. I must say, everyone must not use it because they do not have the proper literacy of the crypto regime. One must have a knowledge to invest in the crypto beforehand. It is uncertain, and there is a financial instability which comes along. How come? If you invest a good amount of money, if you invest everything, if you are a middle class person, or if you are a person which is belonging from a lower class, if you get lured into this situation, and if you are having just supposedly 50,000 rupees in your account, and that's a saving from a long time, and if you think that you should invest that 50,000 because you will be soon getting 50 lakhs out of that particular uh, uh, investment, and soon after you discovers that the market falls down of cryptocurrency, and that 50,000 is now just 5,000 rupees, and you have lost 45,000 rupees. So that is a financial instability which comes with the crypto thing. Now it is now fraud is also being involved. Yes, one of the major reason for the regulation is the fraud. We'll talk about it later. There is environmental issues. There is terrorist funding, criminal activities which is directly involved with the cryptocurrencies, as there is no trace, as there is no centralized authority to stop it. The terrorists, the criminals, the black market is thriving on this crypto thing. And now, one more important thing, the environmental issue, of course, yes. The blockchain system, as it works on quite a big amount of computing power, and it consumes quite a big amount of electricity. So, if we need this much of electricity, we will be needing quite a good amount of fuel as well to generate that electricity. It will ultimately lead to environmental degradation if the technology do not evolve. And as it is not centralized, one of the biggest one of the biggest problem which revolves around the cryptocurrency is destabilization of governments. The legislation is needed because this purpose also. If we start trading in cryptocurrency, if every other store in the market starts using cryptocurrency, which is decentralized, there is no central authority over it to control. The government, the leadership of any country, is the guardian of the population. They provide you with essential facilities, they provide you with essential infrastructures. But how they provide you? When they collect taxes from us. If we start using cryptocurrency, there will be no bar on the taxation. There will be no bar on the system. We won't be giving any taxes. There won't be any implementation directly, because they can, of course, they can impose income tax if I can, if I can withdraw some amount from my portfolio in that particular app, and I withdraw that amount into my bank account. Then in that bank account, when that income will be reflecting, the government can impose income tax on that. But if we start directly trading into the cryptocurrency, and so there is no taxes between this. Ultimately, when the government won't getting the taxes, government won't be able to supply us with the essentials. Government won't be able to maintain the nation anymore, and hence the government or the leadership of that nation will collapse. This is one of the biggest fear of the governments. This is a reasonable fear. Everyone should be getting aware of this thing, that if we just without looking into the depth of the cryptos, we start dealing and trading in the crypto thing, it will ultimately affect the nation. in this manner. So now, if we talk about the legislations, no, this far we do not have such legislation. The government planned to introduce two bills. Uh, Basically, one was the banning of cryptocurrency bill 2019, which was dropped by the government. Then the government in 23rd November 2020 decided to introduce the bill in the winter session along with the other 29 bills. But in the winter session also, the government dropped that plan, and till yet we do not have even a draft of the said discussed bill, which is the cryptocurrency and regulation of official digital currency bill. But we certainly know one thing by the name of this bill, that the cryptocurrency will be regularized or it will be banned, at least the private cryptocurrency. But the crypto trading will not be banned, as the government is coming up with their own cryptocurrency, or I must say the digital currency. Of course, we do not have that much of clarity as of right now, that whether this digital currency will be exactly working on the concept of cryptocurrency, which will be involving cryptography and blockchain, etc. But we are very sure that digital currency will be an alternative for the cryptocurrency from the government side, and it will be directly regulated by the authorities like RBI, and there will be a direct interference of the government in this scenario. So let's conclude this thing. So right now, as we do not have the direct laws, the circular of RBI banning the trade has already been passed by the government. So we just need to be alert, we just need to be rational, we need to be educated. If before investing in any cryptocurrency, we need to search for it, we need to research it thoroughly. What type of currency is this? What is the potential future of this currency? On what technology it is based? Will it work in the future, or it has reached some point where it won't be growing any further? So I'll just conclude this with saying this: beware about the crypto market. If you want to invest, it is your money, your hard-earned money. You'll have to be aware about the fact of the crypto regime before investing in it. Over to you, Nikhil.
Thank you, sir, for this enlightening session. Now I am requesting participants, if you have any question, kindly raise your hand. Or now your mic is, now you can yourself unmute yourself and ask the question. Yes, Mr. Chandan. Kindly unmute
Good morning,
yourself.
sir.
Good afternoon, Chandan.
Sir, I have two questions regarding this cryptocurrency thing.
Bataएं.
First question is, sir, won't it be against the privacy of the person transacting in blockchain? And second thing, sir, how it will not be sustainable in the days to come?
Firstly, Chandan, if we talk about the privacy part, of course, there is no privacy in the concept of blockchain, else if we are using privacy coins, because there is a permanent record which is available to the public at large on that particular network system that you have done this particular transaction. That transaction is visible. We'll have to understand via separate section. And secondly, if we talk about the second part of your question, which was about the sustainability. So I'll just say that currently in today's scenario, if we talk about, everyone has heard about mining, the mining of the cryptocurrency. The mining of cryptocurrency takes so much computing power. It consumes so much electricity that a whole city can run. If we talk about mining a few bitcoins, with that particular electricity, a small town can run. सो अल्टीमेटली भाई विल बी लीडिंग फ्यूल। ये सब रिसोर्सेज जो है ये सब पेरिश हो जाने वाले रिसोर्सेज है। अब अल्टीमेटली अब या तो फिर आप वही है कि वील हैव टू लुक फॉर द ऑल्टरनेटिव्स, वी हैव टू सेट अप विंड मिल्स एंड सोलर पैनल्स, बट स्टिल वो भी हमारे पास इतना कोई एफिशिएंट टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है कि उससे बहुत ज्यादा अमाउंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस हो पाए। सो आई होप यू गॉट योर आंसर।
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Prashant, kindly unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My question is, El Salvador has become the first country in world which accepts currency. So there is any regulations by the government there about legal currency?
If we are about to discuss any other country, if we talk about any other country, we must compare that country to our country. El Salvador and India, आप इन दोनों का कंपैरिजन नहीं कर सकते in the demography, in the geography and in the population itself. We are so much vast in population, we need regulations in everything. भाई एक छोटे से वही चीज होती है ना, देखिए यूपी को एक जमाने में कहा गया कि इतने स्टेट्स आप उसमें से थोड़ा उसको बांटिए क्योंकि मैनेज नहीं हो पा रहा है। हिंदुस्तान मैनेज करना अपने आप में ही बहुत बड़ी बात है। एल साल्वाडोर मैनेज कर रहा है, छोटी सी कंट्री है, कोई भी रेगुलेशन लगाएगा इजिली मैनेजेबल है। मेरे हिसाब से तो इसमें कोई हमारे कंपैरिजन की बात ही नहीं है।
Mr. Laksh, kindly unmute yourself.
Sir, I have a question like as if if legislation come that bitcoins and this cryptocurrency are banned, but if someone is operating bitcoin from abroad, there's a person, his son lives in America, and from that account he earns money, and that income is transferred to India. Would he be liable under the tax authority or not? Like Bitcoin is illegal, but he is operating from outside through his son's account. Would he be liable?
Of course not, dear. Alternative laws are there. There are laws relating to the foreign investment being made in India. They'll be governed by that. They'll be governed by, if a government will find any suspicion, they'll govern by Money Laundering Act. It won't be directly dealt in that nature. Mr. Nikhil?
Yes, sir.
Let's move on quickly because it's already 1:10. I'll have to leave.
Sir?
Okay. जल्दी आप करवाएं.
Sure, sir. So we will take only one question.
Sir?
हाँ जी sir.
Sir, I have a doubt. It means that you can operate.
Doubt किसको है? नाम तो बताएं आप अपना.
Sir,
लक्ष्य जी. हाँ लक्ष्य जी बताएं.
Sir, it means that even if in India the cryptocurrency is banned, you can operate from abroad.
You cannot. What you told? You told कि if his son is investing in US, his father is not operating it in India. His son is investing in USA, and son is sending that money. That it is about the source of money. Source of money का कोई ऐसा discussion नहीं है ना. वो किसी भी source से आ रहा, वो terrorist funding से आ रहा. पैसा जब वहाँ पे आएगा तो it is all about government to check. भाई पैसा किस सोर्स से आया है बात वो है, और किस पर्पस से आया है बात वो है. What the current law sees? करंट लॉ जो है वो ये देखते हैं कि पैसा फॉरेन से आ रहा है तो किस सोर्स से आ रहा है, उस सोर्स जेन्युइन है कि नहीं है, और दूसरा वो जो पैसा आ रहा है उसका पर्पस क्या है, और जो टैक्सेशन लॉज हैं वो उस पे अप्लाई हो रहे हैं. जो टैक्स बनता है आप गवर्नमेंट को दीजिए, वो पैसा आपको देगी, रिलीज करेगी. आप एक बात समझिए, जैसे टिकटॉक बैन हुआ इंडिया में, ठीक है, प्ले स्टोर से आप ऐप डाउनलोड करो, शायद नहीं होती है, इफ आई एम रॉन्ग लेट मी नो, और शायद अब वो यहाँ से एक्सेसिबल नहीं होती है. Same goes with the cryptocurrency. If government will come and ban the cryptocurrency, then government will be banning all the applications, And जैसे आज है ना भाई, it is when it comes about pornography, भाई if government will find some pornographic content on your cell phone, on your laptops, then you will be penalized accordingly. Same way, if government will be finding any essence of cryptocurrency on your devices, it will penalize you if it does so, if it bans the cryptocurrency. But in the current scenario, it is not about banning. Government cannot ban the cryptocurrency like this only, because there are 10 crore people. There are 10 crore people who have already invested in the cryptocurrency from rupee 100 to rupee few billion. So government cannot let all the money get drowned in the water. Okay, आप इस चीज को समझिए. गवर्नमेंट इसको पैसे को खोने नहीं देगी. गवर्नमेंट को वैसे तो अभी कुछ ना कुछ इंस्टेंटली करना चाहिए. दे शुड रिएक्ट, आई मस्ट से दे मस्ट रिएक्ट. उनको अभी कुछ ना कुछ लाना चाहिए, कोई लेजिस्लेशन लाना चाहिए. टू, if they are planning to ban, they should ban it phase wise. If they are planning to regulate it, they should regulate it instantly, because later on, abhi the decision of government is not making any change in the market of cryptocurrency. It is still booming, and people investing money in it will be at a greater risk in the future. So गवर्नमेंट को मेरे हिसाब से अभी कुछ तुरंत करना चाहिए. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं कि आप ये बिल ले आइए कि आप इसको बैन कर रहे हैं तुरंत, बट हाँ, इस पे स्टेप्स गवर्नमेंट को लेने चाहिए. निखिल.
Sir, shall we conclude this session?
Of course. I hope
Thank you, sir.
आप लोगों को थोड़ा बहुत समझ में आया होगा. ये टॉपिक एक बहुत डेप्थ का टॉपिक है, ये बहुत डिटेल्ड टॉपिक है. इसको तो हम लोगों को बहुत सारे पोर्शंस में डिवाइड करके, ऑफ कोर्स बीइंग लॉ स्टूडेंट, दिस विल बी बिट ऑफ द लॉ. इसकी टेक्निकलिटी बहुत है, बट इन फ्यूचर मैं आपको बताऊं, ये फ्यूचर है आगे आने वाले लीगल सिस्टम का, हमारी लीगल रिजीम का ये फ्यूचर है. टेक्नोलॉजी लॉ में आप लोगों को आगे बढ़ना चाहिए है. आप लोगों को क्रिप्टो के बारे में ज्यादा से ज्यादा जानना चाहिए है. इंतजार करिए इस बिल का. जब ये बिल इंट्रोड्यूस होगा, उसकी डेप्थ में रिसर्च करिए, पॉइंट आउट करिए क्या गलत है, क्या सही है, और उसके लिए आपको क्रिप्टो के बारे में अच्छे से नॉलेज रखनी पड़ेगी. वो आपको रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा. कुछ नहीं समझ में आता है तो ऑफ कोर्स वी आर सिटिंग हियर. आप सेपरेटली लॉ शास्त्रा को मेल कर सकते हैं, लीगल एडोप को मेल कर सकते हैं, आप शिल्पी जी को, निखिल जी को मेल कर सकते हैं. कोई भी क्वेरी आपकी होगी, हम आपको इसमें जरूर साथ देंगे, जरूर आपकी मदद करेंगे, रिजॉल्व कर देंगे. एंड आई होप
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Thank you so much, everyone. All the best for your future, and happy Republic Day once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We hope that this session is fruitful for the participant in terms of knowledge and learning. If any participants has any question, kindly mail us either Lawshastra or Legal Adobe. We will answer it as soon as possible. Feedback form for today's webinar will be circulated by the evening, and the certificate of the today's webinar will be given to you by this week. Thank you, guys.